Hello guys, welcome to another awesome episode of Investment Chat in a Rolls Royce with Stephenakintayo. And my guest today is an amazing, tall, beautiful, and of course fashionpreneur, Mrs. Ola Folami. Yes, Folami. Mrs. Ola Folami. And you guys won't believe what happened. So I was in Dubai, because this is the Dubai episode, and I decided to say, you know what, let me even shout out to guys on social media that I'm in Dubai, I'm shooting the Rolls Royce show. And if they know anybody who is an entrepreneur, investor, and a Nigerian, and that they will recommend to be on the show, they should just tag the person. And then this name pop up. And I was like, wow, how come I've never known about this person? Because you're obviously doing well. Welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for saying I'm doing well. I claim it left, right, and center. Thank you. Thank you. I'm fantastic. It's so lovely to meet you. You have such an amazing smile.
Thank you. So tell us how you started your business. It's called Olarsgrace, and I'm wondering why the grace part of it.
Okay, thank you very much. That's a really fantastic question. You know, when people ask me, they just automatically feel like they know the meaning of grace, and they don't ask me why it's like together. So my name is Ola, and the business name is Olarsgrace. Okay. Meaning like Ola has grace. My life is basically the grace of God. If you're looking for what the grace of God literally means, that's my life. So I kind of infused it into my business, Olarsgrace. And I will say for a fact that God really loves that name. So he is really showing his grace on the brand as well.
How did you start this whole fashion interior decor business?
For fashion, it's basically like imbued. Let me tell you a story. When I was like younger, I would never be caught on fresh. Never. If you tell me to go and buy something, I'm like, oh, okay, let me put on my brand clothes. I will never go out. Wow. He's looking at me like, who's this fancy girl? So I would never go out like looking unfresh. So it's like super inbuilt. And then as I grew up, I was like basically like very conscious of like colors. That's another thing that my brand really stands for. Colors. We know how to play with colors like a whole lot. We're very daring. A normal person will probably not wear a pink suit to like an interview or to work, but I'll give you that. I'll tell you, you can wear a pink suit and then look like a boss in it. So yeah, basically it's been, I infused it into like my daily lifestyle and stuff. And one day my friend just told me, you know what, people love your clothing every time. Wow. So why don't you just start this as a business?
G-Text Homes,
a subsidiary of G-Text Global, brought to you by Akintayo,
and is bringing you
Jasper Estate. It is located along the urban area of Ibeju, Lekki, Lagos, Nigeria.
This is just luxury at the tip of your fingers, with just 12 minutes drive from the Lakapine Tropicana.
It's 15 minutes from Dangote Refinery.
And it's 5 minutes to Lekki Town.
2 minutes from Stone Beach Resort.
It is just adjacent to the Dangote Jetty.
And if you're one that like to travel down memory lane and be in tune with the relics, Awolowo Museum is 5 minutes away. It is barely 11 minutes from Lekki Deep Sea Port.
Pick up that phone, dial that number, send that WhatsApp message to the number on your screen, and secure your slot today.
Also available in Abuja. G-Text Homes. We don't just sell properties. We help you build your future.
So I was born into a very poor family. My mother was a civil servant, and I will always recall how we used to go to neighbors to borrow money to send me to school and my siblings. There's just something about poverty that's not attractive. I, of course, read my first book on money at the age of 18. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I started my business 13 years ago with just 8,000 naira. I've grown to become a multi-billionaire corporation today. The habits that I learned from those books are the ones I've practiced in the last 13 years. That has helped me to build the empire that we've built today is what is loaded in the books, and some other role models of mine who are billionaires, and what I've noticed about their habits, and see you at the top with your testimony of how the book has changed your life. The Billionaire Habit, authored by Stephenakintayo.
And then you already know where you get this.
How many years ago was this?
This is 4 years ago.
Beautiful.
So you already know where you get these things. Just buy for another person and then make your money off of it. I'm like, oh, that's a fantastic idea. And I had a huge following on Instagram at the time. I think I was about 45,000 at the time, and right now I'm on 235. Oh my god.
Okay.
So I decided to like market on Instagram, and I saw like, oh my god, there's a whole lot of money in this thing, and so I'm like, okay, let me do it. It's what I love, and I just have to work on what I love for my life, and that was it.
Wow, amazing. I was sharing before we went live how, you know, whether it's coincidence, but you added grace to your name, so we get it. It's the grace of God. How you're into fashion and you are tall enough, so you don't need to pay any model.
I know.
Because you could just model.
I am telling you, the grace. That's where the grace still happens. God could have made me short. But he didn't. That's
so
where the grace
it's
still
just
happens.
Complimentary. And so where did the interior part come in?
Okay, the interior part came in from the fact that I believe in multiple streams of income.
Okay.
Right? And I know your show is about investment, and so we're still going to get to that part. I believe in multiple streams of income, and I'm a very organized and detailed person. When I got into this car, this papers here were disturbing me. That's how organized I am. Really. So, and I love detailing and arranging and stuff, so that's where like the interior part.
So it became complementary.
So it became complementary to like just my normal lifestyle. And I love pretty places. I don't mind. I will spend my last bucks on you know, having the experience of a beautiful boutique hotel. I just love pretty spaces. So I kind of like started infusing it in like my friend's place. They want to open an apartment or open a lounge or something, and they're like, oh, Ola, hi, what do I do here? What colors do you think will be nice? And one day I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna charge for this. That's how it came to pass.
This was how many years ago?
Oh no, this was still last year. It's pretty young. I mean, I was in Dubai at the time. I was shopping for my showroom back in Nigeria, and my friend told me, if you do not have a interior business, I'm personally going to kill you. And I'm like, girl, you don't have to kill me. I love the money, so I'm going to do it. So and it's pretty easy because it's what I love to do. It's just easily infused into like with the fashion side of the entire thing as well. So.
Business, a lot of time I hear this from women that it's a men's world and it's tougher for women to do business. How tough or easy has it been for you as a female entrepreneur?
I've got heels higher and bigger than some men's balls. So I'm good, honey. I mean, there are challenges, but not with the fact of I love men. Oh, I married a man, not a woman. I love men. I'm not easily intimidated. I feel like if I don't get it and it's given to a man, it's probably because I might be good, but maybe that's just because it's his. I believe in God a lot, and I believe that anything that's for me will come to me. So I really don't do, God created men and women. I really don't do that whole gender war thing. So I just run my own race and I focus on what is for me. And most of the time, I even make that guy that got the job or something my friend, and I'm like, dude, tell me how you got this job. And I just want to learn more and stuff. So that's basically it.
Attitude is everything.
It will take you so far than where like money can take you. That's just the honest truth. Attitude and personality.
Amazing.
He loves me already.
Awesome, that's good. So my next question would be, what are your three either quotable quotes or principles as it relates to investment?
Okay, quotable quotes and your best foot forward. Actually, that's number one. Your best foot forward.
As it relates to investment. So explain how that relates to investment.
Now, when I say your best foot forward, even in life generally, not just investment, you have to like put your best foot forward.
Okay.
Knowing that this thing is going to be good for you in the later terms. Not knowing what's going to happen now, you're thinking futuristic plans. It's super important for you to put your best foot forward, knowing that this thing is going to either hit big or not. But let me just give it my all. I mean, it's all or nothing at the time. The second one is take risks. You cannot expand or grow without taking risks. You can decide that I personally have investments in agriculture other than fashion and interior. So I had to read about it. I had to study about what I wanted to do, and then I took the risk and said, you know what, I'm going to do this, because at the end of the day, it might blow really big. It might not, right?
So is taking risk number 2?
Number 2, yes.
Okay.
It might blow really big, it might not blow really big, but at the end of the day, I have to invest in something and about my future, so I'm going to take the risk. And number 3 is just do it. It's like Nike, just do it. So if I had $1 for every time fear has made someone not do something, I would probably be so rich, I will buy you this Rolls Royce for free. So fear makes a lot of people not do things. They have the money to invest, but they're like, oh, I'm afraid, which goes back to like risk taking as well. I'm afraid, I don't want to lose my money. But you also do not want your money sitting down there just staring at you. So sweetie, put your best foot forward, take the risk, and just do it. Perfect 3.
Amazing. Nice. I like that. So we normally ask this question, very important. The Rolls Royce is a nice car, but between Bentley and Rolls Royce, which one will you prefer?
I love a Bentley. I want to have a white Bentley.
Okay.
I already
So
even
you
know
go
the color. I've envisioned myself driving it.
Okay. Why Bentley?
I love lights a whole lot. I'm a aesthetic person. I love things going on around in a car, and the interior of a Bentley is just. And then, but the Rolls Royce, I like the lights and stuff that is always up. So they're both fancy cars, but I'll just pick a Bentley. I'm sorry, that's one even going past. What is her my wishes?
Nice, amazing. The fashion.
But if you want to give me a Rolls Royce, who am I?
To say no, right?
Who am I to say no?
I like that.
My name is stephenakintayo. I'm known as Africa's most sought-after investment coach. I started 13 years ago as an entrepreneur, and knowing nothing, but having the guts, and of course wanting to be wealthy, as I was born from a poor family. My mother was a civil servant. My father's business had crumbled before I was born, but I knew that we could be wealthy. But something changed my life. At the age of 17, I started reading books on money, and I got to know that I can be wealthy. It's possible. I started the first wealth university. By the time you're done with it, you can literally start your own business or be able to learn how to invest in a business and make money for yourself. I'd like you to sign up today in www.stephenakintayouniversity.com.
GTEX Home is a brand with vision of having the largest green and smart estate with innovation and technology. The vision has given birth to Jasper Gardenia along the coastline of Ibejuleki, Lagos. The first green and smart affordable estate. Now, Jasper Estate is just 10 minutes away from Dangote Refinery and is just opposite the Lekki Golf Course. And guess what? The title is Gizet. Now, you can get a property here because here, my friend, is the future.
GTEX Homes. We don't just sell properties.
We help you build your future.
The fashion industry in Nigeria is becoming very competitive. So how have you been able, and I'm aware that this is one of your...
Yes, I'm wearing my brand.
Nice.
Currently.
So how have you been able to weather the tough competition?
I just do me, honestly, and this is for everybody watching as well. Just do you. I can promise you one thing: if you do you and you have God backing you up, that's all you need. God is going to direct your plans. He's going to direct you into where you're supposed to go to and what you're supposed to do at every time that will make you stand out. I made it out of Lagos, Nigeria, and you can too. Don't let anybody tell you that because 1,000 people are doing stuff. Trust me, we're in the 21st century. There's been 1,000 and thousands and thousands of people who have done this same thing that you're doing now. So competition or not, you are the unique person. You are the brain behind it, and just know that there's only one of you, basically. So that's how I survive.
Nice, pretty good. Yuri is just shaking his head like, this is good. She's good, right? Amazing. One other question I always ask is, what are political challenges you've seen in Nigeria? We all come to this part of the world. This is Dubai. And but how do you think entrepreneurs can make Africa better? Because sometimes we blame just the politicians and fail to realize that if you've been able to start your business with $10, $20, $100, $1,000, and you grow into $1 million, or you obviously have something deep that even many politicians don't have. But you cross your hands and say, well, leave it to them. It's a dirty game. And you're wondering why the so-called dirty people are doing dirty jobs, right? So how can entrepreneurs like yourself, of course we need more female, in governance, can help change Africa politically now?
Okay, so the word change is very vast, right? But I believe that everybody has a part to play, even if it's as little as just voting, right? It's very, very important. So don't say that because you're already established or you're already okay where you are and stuff. The truth is, whatever is happening in your home country is never too far from you. You might think that you're in Lagos and whatever is happening in Maiduguri and stuff, but it's not too far from you at the end of the day. So even if it's as little as voting, even if it's as little as going to the grassroots, right, and doing some giving back to the community and saying that what I want to do right now is lecture you on how to vote. Or what I want to do right now, you already know that the politicians, what they do for these people that are uneducated, because we have a lot of them back home, is give them like petty things and say, okay, and then end their vote. So why don't you give back to your community and then say that, okay, I have made this money from fashion, I have made this money from the media this year, I have made this money from influencing. Let me give back to my community by saying, okay, I'm going to go to Elisha, for example, and feed or give bags of rice to 500 people and then tell them that, I'm sorry, can I speak Yoruba?
Yeah, sure.
Bag of rice, thank by you. Only pay oníṣèlú kan àwa fún yín ní bag of rice yìí. Èmi tí ń fún yín lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ báyìí. But you have to vote for who is going to do better for the country so that you as well will do better. So I think every entrepreneur actually has to give back to the community, educate people in the grassroots. It doesn't have to even be in like the far places. You have places in your community, like where you stay, your estates or stuff. There's a slum everywhere that you can actually go just a stone throw and then educate people to tell them how to vote. That's you playing your very littlest part to change, basically.
Wow, amazing. Guys, this is still Investment Chat in the Rolls Royce with Akintayo, and I'm with Mrs. Ola from Olarsgrace fashion and interior decor business, and we're back in Nigeria, and she's here on holiday, and it's been a fantastic discussion with her. My next question will be investment. We have two major areas that people feel vehicle for retaining wealth, real estate, and so of course shares or owning equity in a company. For you, which one will you prefer?
Real estate, honey. I like to see where my money is going to. I like to see. Honestly, this is an honest question. Real estate. I'm not against buying like shares and equity and stuff. I have a couple. I have investment in some coins. I wouldn't say which, except Mississippi pays me to say which. So I wouldn't say, but I have real estate in some coins, and my friend literally just bought some for us in Netflix as well. So, but I love to see my money standing. It's very important to me because then I can see process is very important to me as well. I can drive by that place every time to say this thing is in process. I can see people who are working. I know that the land belongs to God, right? And God has put his own people there to construct something that I can see that this is my money, and I know that it's not going to crash or fall or anything in like the coming years. Unlike, you know, a company where you just take risk, my friend, take risk, but take the lower risk, and the lower risk is real estate, really.
Awesome, amazing. That's good. Well, how will you say your husband has been able to help you as an entrepreneur? Because I've seen a lot of women who are married and are doing well in business attribute the good support of their husbands to that.
I don't attribute some support to my husband. I attribute all of my success to my husband. My husband is an angel. I tell him all the time. He says, "Oh my God, babe, you're my angel." I'm like, no, you're my angel. Like my husband, I might be like the front end of the business and I'm the one that people knows and stuff, but my husband is working every time on the back end of the business, putting like more structure, putting more. We just moved here. We moved, actually, I'm not on vacation. We just moved here last week.
Nice.
And he's already like Googling production facilities in Vietnam and stuff. And I'm like, and I'm literally just going out with my friends, and he's working on all of the things that you know, we're going to do for our future and stuff. And that's besides he having like his own job and stuff like to attend to. So he's super supportive. Thank you so much, babe. I know you're watching this. He ironed this clothes for me, and he told me today, don't forget to tell them that you're also an influencer. As much as you promote Olarsgrace, also promote Ola Slim. He's super supportive. So I attribute all of my success to him, honestly. Thank God.
Amazing. I would like to say on behalf of the team, thank you for coming on the show. We really appreciate having you on the show. And guys, so again, time is never our friend on this show, but I've had a wonderful discussion with Mrs. Ola. Your final word as we wrap up the show?
My final word will be, honestly, people do not know how heavy this prayer is. God's will to be done in your life. It seems like a very simple prayer, but God's will might not be your will, so it might disrupt a couple of things, but it is always for the best. So pray for God's will and invest wisely. It is very important. And also shop Olarsgrace.
Hey, marketer, yeah. Okay, once again, thank you so much for coming for the show. I happen to have written 35 books. They're all on Amazon, but this special one is Farming is the New Oil.
Oh, that's great.
You know, and this is for you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I told you I was
yes, you said
so. This will really help.
Yes.
Thank you so much, guys.
You're welcome. This is for you. Thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate
I
you.
got goodies. Thank you.
Guys, awesome having another episode of Investment Chart in a Rolls Royce with Stephen Akintayo, the Dubai edition. And of course, don't forget to watch every episode on Channels Television, 2:30 p.m. Nigerian time. And if you don't have access to Channels Television, you can always watch on Facebook and on YouTube at Stephen Akintayo TV. And you know, it's just an opportunity to learn and then meet entrepreneurs and investors and pick a thing or two. We love you and see you next time. Bye bye.